What is good? We are back. I had to start off with the man, because doesn't this movie take place in New York? I think it takes place in some big city. Okay, it does. Bow. So this is Run It Back. We are back. Look, this week we're reviewing Whiplash, the Damien Chazelle breakout film. I must add, this is the movie that made him. We'll have a little discussion about that. Starring Miles Teller, JK Simmons, Melissa Benoist, lo behold. Does she get naked in this movie? Is that where those nude photos come from? I don't know. No, it's not this one. Okay, it's another one. But shout out to Melissa Benoist. I didn't think I
guess you didn't watch the movie.
No, but I thought, okay, so no, I did.
You remember that.
I thought she got naked in this movie, and because I watched another Melissa Benoist movie like right after, and I thought like it was that one, but I guess it was the other one. Whatever, because she's both brunette in both of them. That's what was shocking. This, she's not really like her Supergirl blonde in this, but I digress.
Maybe she could have if like Homeboy wasn't such a lame-o.
True. He was, hey man, I'm not gonna call him a lame-o. He's committed to his craft. But we're jumping ahead of things. Joining us always, Mr. Ian Hawley and Shubert, Adam Shubert. Ian, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Did you like this movie?
The morning shift grind.
Oh, nice.
I love this movie. I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times now, and every time it just gets better.
Nice. This was my first time seeing, or like my first time like cognitively watching this. I've watched it in passing, so I count this as my first time. Enjoyed it. Good film. But I'll save it. Shubert, how you doing, brother? I think this is a Shuby movie.
Finally picked one of my movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this is a Shuby movie.
So I didn't have to, get too invested in watching it because I've seen this is probably my 5th time seeing it. It's so short. I watched it pretty.
I will say that was the best thing about.
It came out in 2014, so yeah, probably 5 times.
That was the best thing about this movie. After doing a bunch of Linden movies, the shortness was like awesome. I cannot lie, that was great. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why
it moves really fast.
That's one of the reasons why I don't have a scene rundown. Why it's like we might as well just talk this movie through, because I can talk it through in like 2 seconds. Like that's how this movie was like boom, boom, boom. But I loved it because I think it felt right, because that's how the drums are. It moved like a drum beat. That's how it felt to me, at least. Ian, you're the musical guy. Did you get any of that? Like how fast it was very like reminiscent of a beat. Or am I looking too deep?
Not like. I mean, it's chronological from the point that every scene they show you happens in order, but it feels like they're skipping over a lot of time where he's like, he's like, he is just, some scrub in like one of the lower bands, and then he gets recruited to play in the big band, and then he makes the first chair, but there's a lot of like, drama. Practicing in between that they don't necessarily show you. And then he is, the first, the core player in the big band, and there's some more practicing in between. Yeah, and then we just go straight up the
ladder.
I think like at the beginning he starts as like a freshman. I think by like when shit hits the fan, I think he's probably like a sophomore at that point.
Wait, he's a freshman in college when the movie starts?
Pretty sure,
he was a first year when the guy
first year,
pulls him up to the big band.
Okay. Now when it ends, like when I see him in that restaurant, how like is that like after his?
I think he's still college age.
Oh, you just think he dropped out?
Yeah,
I think like it's probably maybe 2 years after.
Okay, see, I didn't know. I was confused about that. I didn't know if that was like I'm looking at senior him, or if I'm looking at him who was like, fuck this music shit, I'm outie, peace, dropped out.
It wasn't too long because like.
Well, you think he gets kicked out? Nah, he didn't get kicked out. No way. Huh?
Oh, he definitely gets kicked out of the band.
Oh, he gets, no, for sure. Man. Gets kicked out of the band in the music program. But I thought because of the lawsuit, we're jumping ahead. This is why I don't have a scene rundown. I thought because of the lawsuit.
We'll go there.
We'll save it. We'll save it. But after the background, we can open this conversation up because we got the categories that we're going to do. But I just want to do a quick how do we feel about the movie? Not necessarily a scene rundown, but just talk like we were. But real quick, background wise, like I said, Damien Chazelle's first real big movie, in my opinion. Like this is when I heard of him, and like he became popping immediately after this film. Like before this, he made 2-3 movies. Guy in Madeline on a park bench, didn't hear about that. The Last Exorcism he wrote, and then the Grand Piano he wrote, but this was the first one he directed since Guy in Madeline Piano. He also wrote 10 Cloverfield Lane, but then he directed La La Land and First Man.
He also directed the short Whiplash, which
wait, what you mean? Oh,
stars someone else.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the difference?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
What's the difference between the short and
short of Whiplash, which a short is a short film.
Oh, so wait, no. I know that. I'm just saying, like, so basically, it's the same film. He just redid it. He Michael Manned it.
I'm pretty sure, like, maybe it's just the last scene or like something similar.
Well, I know JK Simmons is in it. So it's Johnny Simmons, whoever that is. Oh wait, Johnny Simmons is Young Dill from Young Neil from Scott Pilgrim. Young Neil. Okay. Yeah. Okay, rock out. So I'm guessing it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Pretty much. Yeah, it's just the chair, the throwing the chair at him scene.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I guess that's how he got it made. Well, yeah. Do you like Damien Chazelle as a director? We don't talk about him much on Bros Who Binge is like the guy up there. Yeah, I'm asking you.
I like 2 of his movies.
Which 2?
That he's directed.
Which
Whiplash
2?
and La La Land.
Oh, you actually like that trash?
Oh, I like La La Land. I think it's a good movie.
La La Land's alright.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't like First Man.
Shot. I don't like First Man. No.
Yeah, no, I do not like First Man at all. But I'm very interested to see his new film, Babylon. Old Hollywood stuff, Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt. We'll check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much the thing on Damien Chazelle. He's not quite up there with like the goats of this new gen, but he's a name. He's a name to keep.
Well, he's young.
Yeah, he is young. That is
true. Like 10 years older than us.
Damn, he's 38. Damn, go Damien Chazelle. Dude's almost 40.
Well, older than, maybe a little younger than that, because he was born in 85.
He's 37.
So 37, 38.
Yeah, not bad. Good for him. Okay, go Damien Chazelle. Need to get on our shit if Damien Chazelle's 37. That shit fucks with me. Like, you want me to, real quick, side note, you want me to fuck with you, Ian? Do you know how old our favorite show was when it started? How old the people who created It's Always Sunny was when they first started?
27.
They were 26, 27, 27. Disgusting. It makes me so sick.
None of them looked like it. They looked like they were at least 35.
Yeah, they all looked old as shit.
Charlie Day especially.
But then when you hear them talk about it, they felt like failures. Was like, oh, bro, all of our friends are doing all this cool shit in Hollywood, and we're just 26-year-olds not doing shit. Oh man, it's so depressing. But shout out to It's Always Sunny. But all right, let's get to this Whiplash shit. All right, here's the background. Whiplash is a 2014 American psychological film drama written and directed by Damien Chazelle, starring Miles Teller, JK Simmons, Paul Reiser. Did a good job, by the way. Melissa Benoist. The film follows an ambitious music student and jazz drummer, Andrew Neiman, who is pushed to the limit by his abusive instructor, Terrence Fletcher. I'm just going to call him Fletcher throughout the movie. That dude fucking sucked. At the fictional Schaefer Conservatory in New York City. After Chazelle completed the script of Whiplash, Rightway Films and Blumhouse turned his 15 pages of script into an 18-minute short film. Oh, okay, boom. Also titled Whiplash, the short film received acclaim, which then attracted investors to help complete the finished version. Whiplash the film grossed $49 million on a production budget of 3.3, aka it made a lot of money. It won an Academy Award for Best Film Editing, Best Sound Mixing. Also was nominated for Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay. Ooh. Who was it competing with that year? I'm very interested in that. Let's see this real quick. Shubert, do they have any casting with it?
Best film?
Yeah.
Oh, I have that pulled up.
Okay, you got the best film stuff pulled up?
Best picture in that year, the winner. Yeah, in the Oscars, because JK Simmons wins actor supporting. We can talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
but best picture was Birdman. And the other nominees were American Sniper, Boyhood, The Grand Budapest Hotel, The Imitation Game, Selma, and The Theory of Everything.
Oh, see, okay. This film could have won Best Picture. I'm going to keep it a bean. This film...
Whiplash?
It was better than Birdman. Did you like Birdman? The real film I thought should have won is Grand Budapest Hotel, but you don't like that movie, so I didn't say it.
I've never seen it.
I thought you saw it and you didn't like it. Oh, wow.
No, I ain't never seen it.
Great movie with Fiennes and our boy Tony Revolori. But yeah, no, Whiplash could have won. Definitely better than Birdman, even though like it was a good thing for whatchamacallit for I can't think of his name right now,
Keaton.
but I'm looking. Yeah, Keaton. Good for him. But like all those other movies, like Imitation Game, Snooze Fest, that's okay. Selma.
Boyhood is like a spectacle in filmmaking because of how it was made.
Oh, the Richard Linklater
that
film.
could have easily won.
Oh.
And then, so I mean, that was probably one of the better category selections of Best Picture in its time. Like this was a good group. Like,
yeah, no, a good group. I give you that. No, for sure. I'm with you on that. What about the actors? Because I'm glad JK won. He deserved it.
Yeah, JK wins supporting over Robert Duvall and The Judge, Ethan Hawke in Boyhood, Edward Norton in Birdman, and Mark Ruffalo in Foxcatcher.
Deserved it for all of those. Like he beat out all those. All those people were chumps. I'm trying to see. So JK Simmons oh, go ahead.
Oh, actor in leading role was Eddie Redmayne. He won for A Theory of Everything. Steve Carell, Foxcatcher, Bradley Cooper, American Sniper, Benedict Cumberbatch, Invitation Game, Michael Keaton for Birdman. Miles Teller was not going to get nominated.
Nah, Miles Teller had no shot.
Actress. We can do actress in supporting role and leading role, but it doesn't matter because there was really no actress in this.
Yeah, Melissa Benoist didn't really get no love in this movie. I'm trying to see. JK Simmons has been acting since like 94, but like I really don't think like he was in those like Spider-Man movies. He was in Burned After Reading as like a supporting, but I really don't think he blew up like it's like JK Simmons, the household name until this.
Probably, but didn't he do Batman vs Superman before this?
No, that's after. This is 2014. Yeah, that's after. All of the stuff we know him for and wanted him for is after, like Zootopia, like you said, BVS. He was in another really, really good movie. But I digress. Oh, 21 Bridges. He's in one of your favorite Russo brothers film as the captain. Like he's in a bunch of shit post this movie. I think this was like the JK Simmons assance. It took Whiplash, but he did his thing though in that. All right, yeah, we can talk about the movie now. That's pretty much all the background we got. Bro, this movie was nuts. I'm not gonna lie, Shuby. This is a great fucking movie. It was a roller coaster, but my God, Miles Teller, maybe if you would have got some pussy, your drums would have been better.
Maybe.
That's my first thought of this. It's like, damn, if he would have got some pussy, maybe his drumming would have been better. But then my second thought was, damn, am I not committed to my craft enough because I didn't break up with Kirsten?
Damn, bro. Next crisis.
I need to end my relationship right now.
Right now. Whiplash said, I'm not committed unless I don't end my relationship.
Damn.
Go ahead with
the last little thing I have that I think is pretty interesting in terms of background. The only other person that in casting that was maybe considered was Dane DeHaan over Miles Teller, but Damien Chazelle wanted Miles Teller from The Short, so he was going to get that role as long as he wanted it. And the film was actually shot in little over 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. You get not a long movie, man. Not much budget required. They were really only in like 2 places or 3 places.
Yeah.
So like I get it. Like and if you count the place where he talks to that lawyer, then that's like the 4th place. But that was only for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but this movie is the reason I put it on there is like we've been saying, it's a really great movie. It has one of the best finales of a movie of any movie, and it just really comes together very well paced, moves really fast, not too dependent on lots of characters. It's really just a two-horse race.
No 6 men in this movie.
Debatable, but if we have to pick one, then yeah, but we'll get to that.
I don't even know if there's a starters in this movie. It's just 2 people. Like, are we putting?
I can give you a starter,
bro. And there's no way we're putting Melissa Benoist as a starter, bro. No way. Or the dad and the mom, but we'll get to that. All right, Ian, what you think, man? Where do you want to start this conversation at? We're not doing a scene rundown. You can just pick something that you want. We can just go off of it. Like just a part of the movie that you liked. You too, Shuby.
Oh, man. There's really like, I mean, I suppose the climax is the final scene, but there's a lot of like rising and falling action in this movie. If you want to get super critical about it, I really love the scene where he, is taking the bus, and the bus gets a flat tire, and then he's got to rent a car, and gets there and realizes he forgets his drumsticks. So he's got to drive all the way back, which seems very unrealistic for how long it took him to get there in the first place.
He could have borrowed. You're in a music place, my guy. There's nobody in there that's gonna let you use their drumsticks. Come on, fam.
No,
but I know the guy
wanted it. If you don't have your sticks,
yeah, I know Fletcher
you're not going
wanted
on the stage.
That douchebag.
Yeah. Well, at that point, it was about like, hey, man, you got to be responsible for your own shit.
True. That's what I told Shubert. I told Shubert he shouldn't have been late in the first place. That's the first thing I told him before you got in this call. I was like, that dude fucking should have been there on time. He was clowning.
Well, it's like, if I'm going to a drumming concert, I mean, I know he was in the heat of the moment and he's like running around trying to get to his rehearsal. But if I'm a drummer and I'm going to a music competition, the one thing I'm going to have, even if it's not my music folder, is my drumsticks.
My drumsticks, yeah. Bro, that's like us being late to like producing a show.
Well, and he has a backpack with him, so why not just put the drumsticks in the backpack? Like, why are you carrying them separately? That's why you have a backpack, is to carry things.
But I will say, the moment he's coming back, and I was like, oh, this dude's about to get in a wreck. I was like, it's coming. And then boom, hit. But what I didn't think was gonna happen was he was gonna crawl out that bitch and go perform with a badass. That was a moment. I was like, fuck yeah.
Well, I mean, did you notice the parallel of that is what happened in the story that JK Simmons was telling about the guy who died?
Oh shit, no. See, first time I wouldn't have called that. Hell no. That's
got in
crazy.
A car accident.
Damn, on his way to the thing. Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just like it's just a parallel of like, you literally do anything for this.
Dude's committed, man. Dude like broke up with his girl, crawled out of the car bleeding, and then I felt so bad. All of that should just fuck up the shit. Just
well, I have seen a lot of, because I was looking up, just the first time I watched this, I was like, how accurate is this to like a real experience at a music school, like, a professional music school? And I actually found a review from a Juilliard professor. Juilliard is one of the top music, if not the one, but one of the top music schools in the country. And so there's a few different things that this guy highlights that aren't accurate to real life, or at least not as outlandish as they seem in the movie. So the first thing that he says is, I say he, it's an unnamed faculty member at Juilliard. So I'm just going to refer to this person as a he. The first one is when he's practicing, they have a couple of scenes where he's just like bleeding profusely from his hands and wrapping them in bandages to keep going.
That's when it was him versus fucking Connor boy, whatever the fuck his name, that fuck and that other Ryan. Fuck, yeah, Ryan
and Carl,
bro, those two fucks. I just knew him as ginger fuck and black haired fuck. Fuck both.
No, the ginger guy didn't do anything. In fact, he was trying to help him when he was in the shitty band.
Man,
he was like, "Don't worry." Yeah, he was like, don't worry about those other guys. They're just assholes. Like, you're here.
Man, that alternate was trying to take my man's spot.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the band. But anyway, we'll get to that. So the first thing is he says there's blood, but it's not like you're cutting into your hands down to the bone. He was basically like, you might get a blister every once in a while and it pops and then you bleed for, a minute or two. No one's like soaking their hands in ice to keep practicing the drums. He also said some of the stuff that he was practicing, like the one where he's just banging the drums. I don't know what it's called.
The big one, the bass one.
This guy says he's playing the single strokes. So he's basically just hitting the drum and the cymbal over and over again to try and see how fast he can do it. Basically, this guy says, the point of that in the movie is to show how deeply Fletcher had, affected him and gotten inside of his head. But the guy says practicing like that in and of itself is psychotic and insane, and nobody does it like that. He says, there's definitely pressure at music schools to perform and to keep your spot. But this guy says, I thought it was going to turn into like a school shooting movie where Andrew just brings a gun and like kills Fletcher.
I should laugh at that. That's not
I know,
but it's
it's
true.
too soon. But yeah, but that's the kind of the way it was going at a certain point, especially with the tension.
I told Shubert, bro, when that last scene happened, after I'd have finished, I'd have punched him in the fucking face. Fletcher, bro. Like, now you accept me, homie, after you're fired or on your ass? Fuck you.
Well, so I mean, I guess we can get to the last scene, but I disagree with that because that's not why he was there.
Oh, you talking about Andrew? No, I'm not saying that's why Andrew was there.
Oh, Fletcher would have punched him in the face?
No. I'm saying Andrew should have punched him in the face. But I get what he wasn't there for revenge. I understand that he wasn't there for that. I'm just saying, petty me. After I'd have been there, I'd have punched him in the fucking face, bro. I got in a wreck. All this, but I guess dude accepted it and moved on with his life,
That's why you'll never be the best, Lyndon. You're too busy acting on your violent tendencies.
Too petty, man. Too petty.
So the guy goes on, he says, teachers like Fletcher do exist, but they're not that cruel. Like nobody's slapping somebody in the face on the fourth beat to try and keep them in time. He also says they got the oh God, what's the musician's name? I just read it. The musician that they're constantly, Charlie Parker.
Yeah.
They said Joe Jones didn't actually throw a cymbal at Charlie Parker's head. It was just like, he dropped a cymbal to the floor to kind of have like the, like the gong effect.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of make him think about what he was doing. So he, this guy was upset at that because that's a pretty famous musical story that they went back to a few times to, show how you commit to your craft.
Committed.
So that part where he threw it was based off of something real. Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Joe Jones was the other musician's name. He didn't throw the cymbal at his head during a show. He basically just used it as a way to transition out of Charlie Parker's shitty playing during the song to kind of end the performance. He just dropped it on the ground. The musician goes on to say, or the teacher goes on to say, when someone fucks up in an audition or when they fuck up in rehearsal, they don't get kicked out for being one note off tune. Basically they just, even in professional bands and orchestras, they just pause and retune their instrument and keep going. It's a normal thing that happens. So you're not going to get removed from your spot in the top band because you play one note out of tune. He does say that the practicing standards, practicing for 10 to 15 hours a day, that's really common actually.
I believe it.
And the people who do commit themselves like that, like this guy was saying, I used to get to the music building at Juilliard at 8 a.m. and leave at 11:30. And that's all I did for 5 years while I went to school there. And so the level of dedication and also, the stuff with his girlfriend, that's pretty accurate because if you commit yourself to a craft like that, you really don't have time for much else, even if you want to make that time. Like in the movie, Andrew has a conversation with her saying, yeah, I'm out because I'm trying to be the best. And so I know where this is going to go. We're going to get in a fight and break up anyway. But the guy, the Juilliard professor saying, even if that is something that you want to have outside relationships and friendships, it's pretty easy for that to get, lost in translation because you're just so focused on your craft. And the guys or girls or people who do dedicate themselves like that are usually the ones who come out with the best gigs or, prominent placements in big bands afterwards.
Get in a relationship afterwards. Then you're a hot shot playing somewhere and people are like, ooh, use your fame to get some coochie.
Jesus.
I'm talking about groupies, bro. Talk about groupies.
another couple of reviews that I read of this from other professional musicians and music teachers basically just harp on the fact that Fletcher is such an asshole, and like that's an unrealistic portrayal. But I think the reason they did that in the movie is to take it to an extreme, and show like the traumatic effect that constantly practicing and trying to perfect your craft while also having the pressure from your superior can have on you.
Because honestly, if he wasn't like that, and we just say and we saw him committed, it's like, oh, all right, well, at least your teachers, you got some niceness somewhere. Like it's not as intense. Like you need to have the teacher, so the scene with the girlfriend matters, and like all the like the car wreck matters. Like if Fletcher's not as intense, then those scenes don't hit as hard.
Yeah, well, and he doesn't react the same way. I mean, that's the whole point. That's the whole conflict of the movie. Is he needs to prove himself to Fletcher to be able to get in this band and keep his spot. So Fletcher's just he's a hard ass, but he's kind of a nice guy on the inside. Then it doesn't really hold water.
But he's also a fraud.
Who, Fletcher?
Like the whole reason that Miles, because the whole reason that Miles Teller's like, I got to be devoted to like making this guy think that I'm the best, because he believes that like he's made people's careers, but in actuality, in the scene that he has with the bar, he's like, I've never had a Charlie Parker. It's like he's never had anyone that was like the best.
Well, I don't think
he's always so that's why he's pushed so hard, because he wants to like he thinks that he's going to eventually have someone who's going to be this giant success, which makes like the scene at the end so big, because he finally accepts that Andrew is my Charlie Parker. Like this is the guy that I.
So you think he accepts that? Like that's what it is?
He does. In the finale, the whole thing about the finale is like, Andrew's, he humiliates Andrew.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's an asshole. And then Andrew's like, fuck you, I'm just going to start this shit. No, do what I know how to do. Because like at the end of the day, you're just the guy waving the hands. I'm the guy playing.
Mm-hmm.
I set the tempo. So he sets the tempo. And at one point he hits the cymbal and the cymbal falls. And that's when JK Simmons goes over there. He puts the cymbal back, and he's like, "Yeah, keep going. Like, do your thing." Because like because you can tell that he like in that moment is like, he's real.
Okay,
he's the Charlie Parker.
I've drove him to this point. He's my Charlie Parker. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he was saying in the bar that he's never had anyone who's successful. I just think he's saying that. Like to me, Charlie Parker in this movie would represent like a Michael Jordan or like a Wayne Gretzky,
right?
Like the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like Charlie Parker is one of the top, like same with like John Coltrane, or like one of the few jazz musicians that
Buddy Rich.
If you think of jazz, this is Buddy Rich. If you think of jazz, this is one of like the top 5 guys that you think of. So I don't, it's not necessarily that he's never had anybody go on to be successful. He's just saying, I think more, I've never had anybody with that drive to be the best. The singular focus of, I'm going to devote my life to music and I'm going to see how far I can take this thing. I think that's more what he was saying.
Well, I mean, if I was Andrew, I'd have felt good anyway, because dude was at just like some low down shit. Like dude wasn't at no big time performance, fucking conducting somewhere. He was at a bar.
Well, that's because he got kicked out because of the lawsuit.
Hell yeah. But I'm just saying, it wasn't like, it's not like, to me, if he was that badass dude, once he falls off, like, bro should be able to go conduct somewhere. Popping.
Imagine like he had like a sexual harassment lawsuit or some other form of scandal.
He's done.
Well, it's the same, with like abusing your students. Like not a whole lot of people are going to want to touch you after that, especially so recently after I think maybe in that, timeline, again, they don't really specify, but I think it's, within a year.
Unless you're good enough.
That he, files the lawsuit and then sees Fletcher again. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it depends on how seriously people would take that in the music world, especially if they're all assholes like Fletcher.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro should have been able to bounce back. I'm just like, I get it. He can't teach anywhere. Like, fuck no, school wouldn't touch him. But like, he can't, conduct for somewhere like, I don't know.
Well, he
Someone
was.
popping.
Well, that was also
That's the
that was
band
also
that he
part of
has Andrew with.
Oh, true.
that was also part of the moment of the finale, is that he's like, this is supposed to be a big moment for him, and he chose this moment to humiliate Andrew. And that's especially when Andrew like does the thing. He's like, all right, well, now we're rolling with this, because this is a big moment.
Yeah, true.
Like that was why he chose that moment, because it was the biggest moment
for Fletcher,
so that he could humiliate him. Well, I mean, more
no,
so
for Andrew.
Oh, for Andrew. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah, because the speech that he gives before they go on stage is, this could make or break your career because of all the music critics in the audience and all of the people from big ensembles, around the country. So that's why he brings Andrew on the stage. And, before they even start playing, he's like, I know it was you who filed the lawsuit. You think I'm stupid? And then, because it's not going to reflect poorly on Fletcher if Andrew plays poorly. If the whole band plays poorly, that's when it reflects poorly on Fletcher. True. But if one guy's just fucking up, everybody in the audience is going to be like, wow, that guy sucks, and I'm never hiring him for my ensemble, which was the whole point. He's trying to blackball Andrew basically from the music business.
Right.
And Andrew was just like, no, I'm not going to take this, because I am Charlie Parker, and I'm going to, dedicate myself to this craft. And so fuck you, guy. I'm going to take over your band here and show everybody just how good I am, and not give you the opportunity to really humiliate me. Which is why I say, if he ends up getting up and punching Fletcher in the face, then he undoes everything that he had just done with his performance.
Okay. That makes sense why he did a song that he didn't know at first in the final, which with no sheet music.
He was like, because when he recruited him from the bar, he was like, I need somebody who knows these songs that we've been practicing. Yeah, and then he brings him up on stage. He's like, no, fuck you, guy. We're not playing those songs.
Whiplash.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah, okay. I see why he wouldn't. Andrew doesn't necessarily punch him, because this is like a chance for him to get back up into the thing. And Fletcher's like, I'm losing this because you testified against me. Okay, it makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, his drum playing and him taking over the band was him punching him in the face.
Fair, true enough.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, he got a metaphorical punch on him. Would you have gone to the let's say your girlfriend Terry invites you to her performance after y'all broke up? Are you going to see it?
Definitely not.
Nicole had a whole new man.
No shot.
Blame her
there.
No, I don't blame her. Fuck no. Especially not after what he told her in that fucking restaurant. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And just being so, like, if he had been like, look, I've been thinking, and like, I'm trying to be. If he was like a little bit more like open to a conversation about it, but she was like, "Is that really how you feel?" And he was like, "Yeah,
it's over, it's done." And
she was like, "All right, guy, I'm out."
Yeah, bye, peace. Do you think his dad was at the show? His pops hated Fletcher.
His dad was there.
Oh, his dad was there.
Back, I think
backstage. Yeah. He was like, "Let's go," and
he's
telling him to leave. Yeah, you're right. He is looking at him. Pops was there. Sure enough.
Like, nah, dog. I'm going.
I'm going back. Yeah, because he saw his dad, and I feel like in that moment, to your point, Ian, it was like, do I give up here and go with my father and have regret my whole life, or do I Charlie Parker this thing?
Well, and I feel like his dad, he never really says it, but I feel like he thinks his dad, or at least I think, maybe this is me projecting onto Andrew, but I feel like he thinks his dad is too passive in life and like doesn't really take initiative to get what he wants. And maybe he saw himself going down the same kind of road, because like they don't really talk about it too much, other than when he's talking to Fletcher originally, but his mom bails on them when he was just a little kid. And they have that scene in the movie theater where they're eating popcorn and his dad puts the Raisinets in there. And then Andrew's like, I don't want any Raisinets. I don't really like them. And he's like, well, why didn't you just say anything? And he's like, I'll just eat around him. And that's kind of his, same tendencies of following in his dad's footsteps of being, a little bit too passive in life. Yeah. And just, not necessarily taking the initiative to say what he wants or, do what he wants, because sometimes it's just easier to eat around the Raisinets in life. And so in that moment at the end, when he first leaves the stage and he's humiliated, he kind of looks at his dad and thinks, okay, well, if I go with my dad now, then I'm going down that same path of
forever,
not taking the initiative and not getting what I want. And I don't think he looks at his dad as a failure or a burnout necessarily.
I just think he doesn't want that life.
He realizes that his dad didn't necessarily live up to his full potential, as a writer, because now he's just like a high school teacher. And maybe in his love life there were things that he could have done better to keep his wife around or keep his family together. So he thinks to himself, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna go just do what I know I can do and what I know I want to do. And so he turns around and goes back on the stage.
Hey, that black dude playing the saxophone was giving my man too many mean looks on the drums. It's like, you fucking up, bro.
Yeah. The bassist too. The bassist is like, dude, what are you doing?
Not a saxophone, it's a bassist. Yeah, he was looking at me like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, if you're like, it doesn't seem like they did any rehearsals because they would have had to have played those songs together and Andrew would have figured it out. So if you're one of those other guys in the band that you've been practicing these songs for months, and then you get this brand new drummer shows up to the performance and he's just fucking it all up, you're going to be pissed.
Yeah, true.
Like, guy, I've been working for months on this. This is the biggest moment of my career. This is going to make or break me as a stand-up bassist. And I need you to get your shit together because otherwise none of us are getting jobs.
No, fair enough. Oh, man. Does this make Terrence Fletcher one of the best villains of all time? Like, is he up there? Because he gets redeemed at the end, kind of.
I don't think he's a villain.
Maybe.
You don't think he's a villain? Oh, okay.
Well, he's definitely an antagonist, but he even says himself, the whole reason that I'm doing this, whether I'm right or wrong, I'm not going to apologize for it. The whole reason I'm doing this is because I think that this would push a real musician to become the best version of themselves that they can be. I want to be the guy who throws the cymbal to your Charlie Parker, Joe Jones. I want to be the Joe Jones to your Charlie Parker and like truly unlock that next level of potential in you, because the next Charlie Parker wouldn't get discouraged by anything that I'm doing. And that's, again, the culmination of the movie is if Andrew's going to be this great and talented musician, he can't get discouraged by one director being an asshole to him and trying to embarrass him. So he's not necessarily it's the nicest guy in the world, but he does in his own heart feel like this is the best way for me to go about this because I could eventually, have that Charlie Parker moment with somebody. So I don't think he's a villain. He's just an asshole.
Right.
Those are villainous things, though, if you believe what you're saying, though, like he believes it to his core. But like, fair enough. I can buy that he's not.
I mean, he ain't gonna kill nobody.
Shit,
never. We're talking about like greatest villains ever. I'm talking about people who like kill people.
Dude might try to like fake a murder to like get the Charlie Parker out shit, bro. Might.
No,
who knows?
Some of my favorite scenes is I think what really. Why Melissa Benoist needs to get credit for this movie is that I feel like she does a hell of a job creating the girlfriend aspect of the show because like it's important early.
It is.
It's like, he's like, we're talking about how he's being passive. One of the first things that he does to not be passive is to go up to her at the movie desk and be like, hey, will you go out with me? And that's like, it gets the ball rolling for him and confidence wise. Cause like from there, he gets more confidence in his music. And then he realizes that he has to let it go. And instead of doing all the things that he said, cause he's like, when she asked like, and I would stop you from like doing your things. And he's like, yes, like, we could be together and I'll just be thinking about drumming the whole time. Like, so, I mean, that's a powerful scene. Him asking her out is a powerful scene. So like she's in two of like some of the bigger non-music scenes of this movie. And then one of my favorite scenes that always gets overlooked is the dinner scene where he's with his uncle and his cousins.
Oh yeah.
And they're talking about like how successful the cousins
are. Yeah, and
like,
he tells them all
model UN.
That was
and
a
the other
good
dude's
scene.
like a football player. D3 is like, yeah, Division 3.
Yeah, bro, when
Because,
he
like,
said Division 3, I lost my shit. That was a good moment. I was like, cousin, suck his dick.
I mean, it's just like, I'm sure people who are in Juilliard and have brothers who like play sports and a family that's like more sports oriented, like feel that, where it's like, you know, dude's over here at like one of the more prestigious music schools in the country, and then we're talking about how this dude's breaking records for Division 3 football, and you guys don't have any respect for it. It's like,
it's not like this guy's going to the NFL, Holmes. this guy's maybe gonna end up as an insurance salesman after all of this. Like, this dude's gonna be selling houses or some shit. Like, who knows? Like, he's not going to the NFL. Dude's having a normal job. He'll make a great living, but like, these records won't matter in like 2 years. But what my man Andrew's doing on the drums will matter in 2 years. Dude was pissed, and his dad was like, "Stop it."
Which is what he says. He's like, I want to be somebody who matters, and then that's like another big moment for him. So like, you know, I really love that scene. I think it's hilarious.
that is a good scene. I totally forgot about that. Cousins got owned.
And the other most hilarious scene for me is the one where the guy's out of tune, and he's like going through all the people and trying to figure out who's the one out of tune, and then gets all up in my boy Metz's face and is like, you know, just berates him, and then he like get the fuck out, and then I don't remember who the other guy was that it was actually out of tune. He's like, it's actually you.
I think it's the trombonist.
Yeah, he's like, it's actually you, but it's worse that he didn't even know that he was out of tune.
Got his ass out of there, bro. That's hilarious. And yeah, Ian, fuck Ryan Connolly and fuck Carl Tanner. I looked up their names. Connolly, that fucking red-haired homie, and Carl Tanner. Fuck those dudes. Like, just trying to take old Andrew's spot. I see him. I saw the snakes.
No,
in the
Tanner
grass.
was an asshole because he's the guy in front of him and he treats Andrew like a piece of shit the whole time. He's like, turn my pages, you asshole. And that's Connolly is just like there. Like,
yeah, he is the just guy. There.
He was just like the nice guy in the small band who was like trying to encourage Andrew to, you know, stick with it. And then he gets to the big band with Fletcher, and Andrew's just immediately an asshole to him. It's like, Connolly didn't deserve that from you, man, especially after how nice he was to you in the small band. Like, I understand you don't want to lose your spot, so you're not going to be like nice when it comes to drumming, but like, you don't have to be an asshole all the time.
Bro, when they're just back and forth, just going all night. I was like, bro, can y'all hurry up and get this? This is ridiculous. And I know the band felt that because they had to come back and play some more once they figured it out. That was whack. Yeah. If I was one of those band members, I'd be like, bro, y'all fucking suck. Get your shit together. Come on, G.
Yeah, really? None of you can do this?
Like, we got 3 of y'all and none of it's happening right now. Maybe y'all need to like think of something else to do.
Yeah, maybe you guys need to go work at the fucking movie theater. Get a job serving slices down at the pizza shop, because this is not for you.
This is not your thing, my guy. Like, you're good at maybe like a rock and roll drumming, but like for this, can't do this, brother. Go start your little band. Nah, this is a great movie. I love this fucking movie. Like, that's why I didn't do a rundown, because a lot of this shit is like interpersonal shit that I just find hilarious. I'm so happy Shubert brought up that dinner. That D3 comment had me rolling.
Yeah, it's overlooked because it's so early, babe.
Because I know families like that, bro. Like, they have kids who are like a D2 athlete and they're like bragging up a storm, and I'm like, bro, your guy plays baseball at D2. Like, he's not making the MLB, my guy. So what are we talking about right now?
Yeah, that's just when you give him the da-na, da-na, da-na. Hey, who cares?
Oh, man, that's hilarious. Great movie. All right, let's get into some of the categories. I feel like we talked about pretty much every scene for the most part. All right.
Yeah.
Best actor of the movie, JK Simmons? Are y'all giving it to Miles Teller?
I'm going JK Simmons.
Like, I don't want to be insulting to either of them. To the girlfriend, I do, but I feel like if you take most characters out of this movie and replace them with somebody else, it doesn't change the quality of the movie.
Oh, probably not. Yeah, no.
Like especially with the girlfriend, you can plug any brunette white girl in there, and it will have the same effect.
Shit, you could have plugged any girl in, period, and it'll have the same effect for the most part. Only difference is what they would say. Like, I feel like if it was a black girl, she'd have been pissed, told her ass off.
She would not have taken it so well.
Neither would a Latino woman. Both those would not have taken that well. Like, Latino woman might have keyed his car after, bro. Like, it'd have been bad.
I'm keeping my mouth shut. We're moving on.
Bro, look, I've dated a bunch of women. I'm just talking from personal experience. I got my car.
Latino women, please don't key my car.
Only if you break their hearts, bro. Just don't break the heart. You're good.
Oh, never.
See,
if I find me a nice Latino woman, it's over. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about Fletcher.
So yeah, is he the best actor? Is it JK Simmons? This is not character. Like, I think Miles Teller could be replaced. I really do. I think if you get a good enough act, like if Austin Butler's Miles Teller, which like Shubert knows, they've been going after roles. Like, I don't know if it changes. I don't know if it changes the movie too much.
No, I do. Again, I think Miles Teller is definitely replaceable, and I think it depending on who you got for J.K. Simmons. It does. Role, like if you got a serious, I don't know, maybe it's the fact that he's bald that adds something to it. But if you got like a serious actor who had been proven in other roles,
first person that came to mind to replace it was Cranston, but I don't know if Cranston's good enough. Are you saying John Hamm?
Yeah, okay. I think John Hamm would do well in this role, just after having seen a few seasons of Mad Men.
I don't dislike that Bryan Cranston one either.
That's what I feel. Funny we both went to TV. That I just think of him saying, "Skylar, I am the danger." I just think of him doing that scene, and I'm like, "Oh, this dude could be Fletcher." Like, it's there.
Yeah, it's all about the intensity of the character. It's not necessarily that he's doing, these crazy, dramatic scenes. He just needs to be like a hard ass.
Yeah,
and then you could replace him that way. I do think J.K. Simmons was great for the role, and I'm not mad at any of the cast scenes in this movie, but I do think that of the movies that we've reviewed, this is by far one of the most interchangeable.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that. Like, I don't like if we're doing Goodfellas, you can't replace any of those dudes, bro. Training Day, you're not replacing Denzel. Funny enough, I do think Denzel could have probably been Fletcher. Like, you get a little King Kong ain't got shit on me, like just in there. It'd have been intense. I'd have loved it. But yeah, but still, I agree with that, Ian. But I'm still giving it to JK. Gotta give it to JK. Out of all of them.
I would agree. He was probably the best because he brought the most emotion to it.
He did.
Now, I will say that if Damien Chazelle had not have picked Miles Teller to be in this movie, I don't know where Miles Teller's career would be now.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, like, this was the first movie he did that was not 21 or over, Spectacular Now, Project X, the high school party boy. This was his first non-high school party boy movie. After this, granted, he does some trash before he does War Dogs. But like, I don't know if he gets those roles in the trash, so they don't see like how good he does this.
You're right, because like 21 and over was right before this, and I loved him as Miller, but like, you're right, he's just the party dude. He gets this, and it really saves him through the awkward moment, which I thought should have been a great movie with him, Zac Efron, and Michael B. Jordan. Talk about
he's not bad in it.
He's not. Neither is Michael B. Jordan. None of the guys are bad in the movie. Just fucking sucks. Divergent, Two Night Stand. Fantastic Four. It gets him through all that trash. Like, talk about like 2 years after this of just horrible movies.
Yeah, to War Dogs.
Yeah, to War Dogs, and now he's finally getting back on. Really, because like he was off for a little bit too.
Yeah, he just got Top Gun.
I mean, it took him a minute.
Top Gun really is going to bring him into the next little thing. And Spiderhead, he was good in Spiderhead too. So
yeah, and I mean, if people watch The Offer, which not enough people have, he's really good in The Offer.
You're right. He is good in The Offer. That is true. Miles Teller's about to be back on soon enough. Him and Austin Butler both. So all right, good like that. All right, who won the movie? It's got to be Andrew, huh?
Andrew.
Yeah,
like there's no doubt in my mind. It's got to be Andrew.
He didn't get Nicole back, definitely but he won just about everything else.
Look, my man got life back.
Nicole's probably second.
Nicole is probably having kids. She probably has 2 kids now at this stage and like a man.
No, it's like 2 years later.
She's still in college, bro.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Nicole is in like a midlife crisis now, bro. She lost.
You think she's got a 401k and a mortgage?
A mortgage, some kids, and an abusive husband.
2 cars that we can't afford.
All in the span of a couple of months.
Jesus. This is a rough couple of months for Nicole.
Okay.
These kids must be adopted because that timeline doesn't really
that's
work out.
That's what I thought. That was the next thing. I was like, oh, they're going to be nice people and they adopt the worst kids imaginable. And the boyfriend's like, what'd you get me into? She was like, you wanted this. Shut up.
That's the plot for Whiplash too.
And when
Nicole's horrible home life.
But it's a really Whiplash too.
Oh, get out of here.
Because she's getting abused by this man and it's about her journey to escape.
All right, I'm logging off.
Yo, Melissa Benoist, let me know. I can write it. It'll be good. It's about your journey to escape from all of these tyrant ass men and come out on top. She might even shoot him in the end.
Damn, don't ruin the movie.
I'm just saying she might. But all right, so we got Miles Teller. In winning this, we got Andrew winning this. Who's the loser? Is it Fletcher? Nah, the dad. The dad's the fucking loser. Dude's complacent in life.
Why is he the loser?
Because who else loses?
His standing in life is not affected by this.
Carl.
I'm sure he's happy for his son.
The loser's Carl.
The loser's Carl. Because he lost his spot in the main band, and then is exposed as a fraud because he can't play without reading music.
Good point. Ooh,
That's
I
true.
like that. I like that. Carl might be the best loser. Ian, who you got? I think Shubert might be right.
No, that I can't argue that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking away my dad vote and I'm rocking with Shubert. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, so yeah, there's no 6-man Shubert. I've looked at this cast over and over. The starters are not Miles Teller, JK Simmons, Paul Reiser, Melissa Benoist, and Ryan Connolly, Austin Stoll. That is not the starters. I am sorry. This movie's this is 2v2. We got 2 starters and the rest coming off the bench. No way.
Yeah, a lot of side characters.
So many. Like, are we counting Ryan Connolly as a starter?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no way.
He maybe has like 6-7 lines in the whole movie.
Same thing with Melissa Benoist. No way. Can't be a starter. Now, I'll give you Paul Reiser. I'll accept Andrew's dad as a starter. So he can't win the award.
He's at least in a more scenes than
everybody else.
Melissa Benoist, but I don't even know if he
counts.
Like, how many lines does he?
I guess
he have like 5 lines.
That's about it.
I guess the 6-man
I don't
has to
think
be
he could.
Travis because it's a sports analogy, and he's a D3 star.
You're going with Travis. I like that.
Damn it! I hate you, Shubert.
I was actually gonna go with Ryan Connolly. I've shit talked him a lot, but like that's what I was gonna go with since I knew I couldn't choose.
Well,
Paul Reiser.
He's an important piece of the movie because like he is representative of how JK Simmons is fucking with Andrew. Like everything that they do is not because like he's doesn't know if Andrew's the guy. He knows Andrew's the guy. He's doing all this shit to fuck with him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get that dude that you were behind before, and just be like, oh yeah, I just did the same thing with him, and I'm gonna bring him, and he's gonna be the drummer now. Andrew's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And so we know that Ryan Connolly ain't that good, but Fletcher wanted to fuck with him.
True. See, I didn't even realize all that. That's a good point. I like that. And crazy, Damien Chazelle was in a very competitive jazz band his whole life. The director. I wonder if his teacher saw this and was like, "Damn, is this how you saw me?"
I gotta apologize.
Honestly, the real loser might be Damien Chazelle's real jazz teacher.
He's definitely not admitting
on a
he's
movie
Damien
for
Chazelle's
90
jazz
minutes.
teacher.
Wait, y'all both? I'm pretty sure y'all both said the same thing, but in 2 different forms. But he definitely got shit on for 90 minutes. That's a fact. Okay, so yeah,
he's not admitting to being Damien Chazelle's teacher.
Oh,
He's
fuck no! Can't ever admit to that.
So you were the inspiration for Whiplash?
You're Whiplash.
Damien Chazelle, never heard of him.
Never heard of the guy. Damien. I don't watch the Oscars, so like I don't know. That's fucking hilarious. But damn, actually, no. You know the real loser? Young Neil. I'm changing my answer. It's Young Neil. He was in the short film. Yes, for not being the overall actor. That's the real fucking loser. Young Neil.
Damn, you hate to see it.
Young Neil got overlooked in Scott Pilgrim for being the lead. Then he got overlooked in real life for being the lead in Whiplash. Two movie roles. Crazy.
He wanted Miles Teller to be in it, but Miles Teller was filming 21 and over.
Oh, he did. Oh, so he wanted him. Okay. Fair enough. Good thing Miles Teller did 21 and over. That was a good movie. I liked it with Jeff Chang.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I enjoyed it. Funny enough, Jeff Chang's in like a serious movie now called Blue Bayou out on HBO Max.
Is that an ad?
But it wasn't an ad. It was just something.
Are you getting paid?
It's about New Orleans, though.
It's about New Orleans. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like I saw it the other day. It's about New Orleans.
That's definitely an ad.
No ads.
Somebody.
Swear, no ad.
Figure out who's paying you.
Zero ad. Like if I was an HBO Max shill, I'd have a shirt on and a hat.
Yeah, that's true. You'd go balls to the wall.
Yeah, come on, man. I can't say some of the stuff I said on this episode if we got an HBO sponsor. I was talking about writing a Melissa Benoist Whiplash too, about her getting abused and then killing the guy at the end. Like those jokes don't fly
HBO
for
would
sponsor.
pick that up for sure. If anybody's picking that up, it's HBO.
Hey, HBO, holla at me. Y'all could definitely get ad space on this show. Like, fuck yeah. Shuby's right. Amazon, holla at us. Y'all can get ad space on this show too. We're selling it. We're not afraid.
We don't care who buys.
I don't know if I want to sell to Disney. Like, I don't want to broadcast those shitty shows. So, like, that's kind of where I draw the line.
Yeah, that's true. Disney Plus has been slacking for a while now.
Ass, unless they come with a bag. Like, if it's a big bag to where all of us get eaten, well, then, damn, go watch Miss Marvel.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that Disney bag is different, man.
Don't hate.
Bro, they played that. Bro, don't give me.
I haven't seen the finale. Don't tell me anything.
Okay. Ooh, good thing I almost said something that was really big. And I didn't even watch
I know about the X-Men. That's the end credit.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's the end credit.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's enough of that. We're talking about Whiplash.
The only last thing I would say about that was that tangent is that I would put 21 and over, and I would be in a consideration for a top 20 party movie film.
Yo, we should do a party movie draft where we draft the best party movies. We should definitely do that. Project X to me is a number one draft pick. Like, y'all can have Animal House, y'all can have all that shit. I would love
Superbad.
Miles Teller is in.
See, okay, do we count Superbad as a party movie or a coming of age movie?
You know, the whole movie is we're going to this party.
Okay.
And I gotta buy booze for this party.
Fair enough, but the parties, I guess you could count the party scene where he goes grind on that girl when Notorious B.I.G. and gets appeared. That is a good party scene.
Get to the party.
Yeah. I was gonna say that the party scenes in the other party movies are better, but Superbad does have some good party moments. Okay, fair enough. That would be the number one draft pick. Number two would be
now you could argue putting Superbad lower in the list because of its lack of
party. That's what I was thinking. Like the other movies are straight up parties. Like 21 and over, they do a tower. Like they have to pass each thing to get to the top, and it's like different part. Like it's a great movie. Shout out to 21.
Yeah, but that's a college movie. There's not shit like that in high school graduation parties.
Shit, I'd put Naked Mile up there. That's another good party movie. Shout out to American Pie. Yeah, old Stifler. I don't like the Sean William Scott Stifler. My Stifler's the cousin. He's a good one. But all right, yeah. So that's our loser. We got our losers of the movie. Shubert said, "Who'd you say your loser was, Shubert?"
My loser is Carl.
Carl. Okay, Ian. Who's your loser?
For lack of a better person, I would just side with Shubert.
Go Carl.
Schubert's
I'm going with Young Neil. I feel like this is the one. I'm going with Young Neil, aka Johnny Simmons. Didn't get cast. Loser of the movie. I'm taking it outside of the movie.
How can you be the loser of the movie if you're not even in the movie?
Cause, bro, he's the loser of the movie because he didn't get cast in the movie. That's why.
We haven't had one in a while on this show, but this is another ridiculous Linden take.
Hey, man, this is a good one. I feel like the fans are going to like this one, especially if they know the backstory. Like, come on, bro. You can't be in the short film. And I'm good enough to be the lead in the short film, but I'm not good enough to be in the Oscar film. Damn, Young Neil. Gotta sting. That's an L.
I mean, you do hate to see it. You
Hate
really
to
do.
see it. That's an L. All right, so we got our loser. We got our
Young
winner.
Neil wasn't good enough to be in the band and Scott Pilgrim.
That's
He's
what
not
I
good
said.
enough to be
Not
in
good
this
enough.
band.
Exactly, bro. We got our 6 man. We got our best actor. Any are we sure's in this movie? I didn't have to. Only one is like the police would have stopped him if he got in a wreck from him just walking to the thing. But I'm assuming that the police weren't there. Yeah, so that's what I had to assume. So then was it a hit and run? So does he go to jail for hitting and running? Like,
he got hit.
Well, no, he got
T-boned.
Oh, he got hit.
I guess it would depend on like whether he ran a stop sign.
That's what I'm saying, because you could get T-boned, you could get hit, and you could still be in the wrong.
When he left
He
the
probably
scene,
ran a red
and
light.
it was a rented car, so like, is he not like just financially destitute now?
Hey, he's fucked unless he paid for that insurance. If he didn't pay for that insurance,
That's why
when
he
they
had to
asked
drop
you,
out.
he's
He had
fucked.
to start working in the movie theater.
Hey, you're right. He had to start paying that insurance company back. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Dad's high school English teaching job is not going to cut it.
Fuck no. Man probably put Pops
Especially
in
in New York.
bankruptcy, bro. Jeez. Pops might be the real loser of this movie. We might have stumbled into a deep, dark criminal link of Pops having to pay his insurance, his car wreckage fees on his high school English teacher salary. Fucked.
Although they didn't they win the lawsuit? Didn't they win the lawsuit?
Yeah, that's true.
They did, but I think I don't think they were the primary suers. The primary suers were the family of the kid who killed himself. So like he was just an accessory to getting it, like, so they didn't make no money off of that. He was just a snitch.
Yeah, potentially. And class action lawsuits never really make money for the people anyway. It's more about the lawyers. But that's a different conversation.
True. Unless you're like the main first person. Like if you're the main first person, you're getting bagged. But like everybody else, I don't fucking know. But all right,
yeah, cool, but it's not that Johnny Depp defamation bag.
Oh no. Yeah. Let me not start on that. I got 2 jokes ready to go, but they're not primed yet. They're not PC-ified yet. So I gotta PC those jokes up a little bit, and then I could use them on other shows. But for right now, they're a little too dark. But all right, yeah. So that's pretty much.
You don't want to feel the whiplash of those jokes?
No, I do not. Let's rank this. What's the score 1 through 10? What you got? Starting off with you, Shubert. Where you ranking this? Also, send me y'all's list again so I can put them in the spinner.
Why you gotta rank this? We send you this list once a week.
Just
it's in the chat. You just have to type in Whiplash in the chat.
Or all
right.
Maybe not Whiplash. Maybe like Sandlot or something.
See, Shubert, I typed in Whiplash. I listened to what you said, and that's what I did. Now let's see where we're at. Oh, I found it. I got him. Cool. He's right. Shubert's right. All right. While I'm putting
the folks at home, Lyndon has this little wheel that he spins to choose the next movie, and it's populated with 3 lists: mine, his, and Schubert's. And at least once a week, Lyndon says, "Yeah, resend me you guys' lists because I lost it." It's like, no, dude, it's this. I'm copying my old one from the chat and resending it in the chat, so I know you can find this.
All right,
and we do this at least once a week.
I'm doing it right now, so we got it.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
So give me your score.
Why are you doing all that? We did forget to mention that along with JK Simmons winning for Best Actor in a Supporting Role, this also won 2 other Oscars. Best Achievement in Sound Mixing.
Yeah, I said that.
And film editing. Okay, yeah, I didn't know if you did say that. I don't remember that. I was probably just looking ahead at the other stuff.
All right.
But I get it.
Yeah, no, definitely. They should have won everything.
Very well edited.
For sure. All right, what y'all score 1 through 10?
8.
8, nice. I like that. That's solid. Ian, where you going?
I'd say 8.3.
Nice. I'll be right in the middle of y'all and say 8.2 because I really like this movie. Okay, so
here, no, just make mine 8.2 as well.
8.2 plus 8.2 plus 8.3 divided by 3. This movie's 8.2333333 repeating. Solid. Didn't beat Pulp Fiction, not beating some other movie. So I'm okay with that. I can feel good knowing that this is the movie that we gave this score. See, I think this is one of our best scores we've ever done. I think this is a proper score, and I dig it.
No, Pulp Fiction.
Most people would say that we, Most people would say we probably did it dirty because if you go to other places on IMDb, it's 8.5, and Rotten Tomatoes is a 94. Pulp Fiction on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way, is a 92.
Ooh. Well,
yeah, I was gonna say I even felt my own score was low. I was gonna go 8.5, but when Shubert went 8, I got influenced.
damn.
I'm blaming you for
Because
this,
I was too
Schubert.
worried. I was like, if I say 8.5, like what am I putting this over? That's the thing. Like we don't have something that tells me like where we're at this, and I'm like, well, I mean, like I don't want to end up saying that it's better than like, Heat, because like I don't think it's better.
No,
than
definitely
Heat.
not.
Yeah, because
We gave that one
like
like a 9, right?
Yeah, we had Heat at like 8-9. We had it at 8-9.
That's all
Or
I'm saying.
8-8.
Like I'm worried because I don't know exactly where I'm thinking. So it's like am I gonna put the
Honestly,
honestly, I probably put this over Pulp Fiction for sure. But
I
like,
think this at
anything over,
8-3. I'm not gonna even do 8-2-3-3. I'll round it up. 8-3 is solid for this one. I'm not mad at that. But Pulp Fiction, we're gonna redo Pulp Fiction at some point. I'm just letting y'all know we got to.
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, it's happening. Like once we get through this
I'm
list,
I'm giving it a lower score.
oh my gosh, you can't do that unless you think it's bad. Like you gotta at least.
I'm giving it a 6.3.
Jesus, I'm almost done putting this in. Once I'm done, I'll do the wheel, and I will put in a Lil Reg films to see if he comes on.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this stuff so we can like make a chart of like where movies are ranked so that I can like properly examine.
And remember, we have the comedy scale too, because like we had to have the comedy scale. Couldn't put Superbad at a 9.8 on the regular scale.
Yeah, Superbad got a 9.8. How is that not the best party movie of all
Because
time?
it's a best party movie, probably so. All right, I'm putting in this. Okay, $50 more. Nice Guys, and I think that's it. Oh,
What's a better scene for Miles Teller, when he's doing the finale scene of Whiplash or when he busts open a gnome full of ecstasy in Project X? I don't know.
Ooh,
Back,
the gnome full of ecstasy
hard
is
to
great.
choose.
That's a good scene. And then everybody goes, and then that's when Pursuit of Happiness comes on. And it's like, oh yeah, we gotta review. Project X is that shit. That's a good movie. That's a really good movie. Okay, so I figured out how to do this. So for the people at home, let me make sure I have nothing that I don't want y'all to see on my desktop. Okay, we're good to go. So can y'all see the wheel?
Yep.
This is fair.
Y'all can see the wheel. Okay, I figured it out. We're gonna do it. So y'all know I'm not cheating. These are our list. This is the Lil Reg movie because I didn't want to put his other movies in. I'm just putting the one that I like. His other movies are kind of trash. We got to get through some of ours first before I put the rest of those in there. But once we get through a lot of these, then I'll put the Lil Reg ones in. But Nice Guys, if it hits it, good for him. All right, let's spin. See what we're getting. Come on, give me Jackie Brown. Oh my gosh. Come on. Yes. Thank God. Jesus Christ. Didn't want to watch Apocalypse Now for the next one. That movie's so long.
Not in the mood for Apocalypse Now. Huh?
I believe this is an Ian hit. Imitation Game.
Imitation Game? Oh, this movie is dope. Benedict Cumberbatch, World War II.
Nice. Okay. Imitation.
Weren't we just talking about this?
Maybe?
Yeah. It was nominated against Whiplash for the Oscar.
Yeah. And I said, oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll see who should have won the Oscar. Whiplash or Imitation
It's Imitation Game.
Well, we'll find
Imitation
out.
Game.
Imitation Game starring
That's
Benedict.
what I was saying. Like, I was like, when Lyndon was like, oh yeah, Whiplash should have won this Oscar. I'm like, I don't know.
Look, we're gonna find out.
There's some movies in this.
Look, we got Matthew.
I've never seen this movie though.
Keira Knightley. I don't know if I don't remember this movie, so I'm probably going to this fresh. How many times have you seen this, Ian? So this is an Ian classic.
Imitation Game?
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 times. Same amount of times I've seen Whiplash.
Okay, nice. This is on Netflix for those out there who want to watch it. So we'll be doing this not next week, but the week after. So y'all have time to watch. But yeah, so cool. Imitation Game's next. I'm very interested to see what comes after this. I'm still pulling for Back to the Future, man. I'm waiting for Shuey's pick of because I know Ian hates it, but I love that fucking movie.
Actually, okay, the first one's not so bad, but everything after that I could do without.
The first one is great. You're not gonna do that. The second one,
the first one is a perfect movie, and all the rest of them,
whatever. Yeah, I agree. Second one, all I like is the
Whatever.
hoverboard. That's all I like is when he gets the hoverboard in the new the new Nikes that lock on his feet. But they go back in time anyway, back to the 50s or to Biff's new 50s, and that shit sucks. Like, I don't have time for the Biff timeline. But like, as for like the futuristic Nikes and the hoverboard in part 2, that's cool. And I'm not gonna lie, part 3 has a soft spot in my heart. I kind of like the Western.
Fair enough.
But the second one, I admit, is cheap.
Yeah, I like all of them. But yeah, I can buy that the other ones aren't that good. But I mean, like when you recast Jennifer, I just can't have that.
Oh yeah, they did
Poor
recast.
Claudia Wells. Only got one movie.
We're gonna get to it at some point. Hopefully, it wins after Imitation Game because we need a palate cleanser. We've been doing a lot of serious movies. We need like a comedy in there. Back to the Future would be a good palate cleanser. So we shall see.
That's true.
But Imitation Game next. Ian, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter at IanBWT, and you can follow me on Instagram at IanHawley12.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Ian Shubert. Tell the people they can follow you at on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram at ashubert14, letterbox at BWT. I haven't done a movie in a while, but I'll probably end up doing some as things come out. I should probably do Bob's Burgers now that's on
Hulu, yeah.
I can rewatch it. But yeah, that's about it. You can catch the Bros Who Binge podcast. We're gonna record it here soon, talking about the boys finale, and after that, we'll be talking more Love Island as it goes. I'm
talking
doing
The Bachelorette
so much reality
for sure.
TV at the moment. Yeah,
we're definitely talking about because the fact that those girls got to push back the rose ceremony makes me so upset that my man Mario's instant rose was invalidated. If next week Mario can't move on, I'm gonna be pissed because why did you give him the first week rose?
No, I believe they will.
Oh, you think they will? They better, Shubert. I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, I think they will.
They got to.
You could just not watch shitty reality TV.
Ian, no, bro. We gotta watch reality TV. What are you talking about? That's why me and Shubert are so cultured. Like, we gotta know how some of these wild people are living. Like, there's a show right now, Ian, with the Jonas Brothers, and not the Jonas Brothers you think. Kevin Jonas and his little brother Frankie. And it's a good show. It's about, can we figure out, are these famous people famous? I'm digging it. Are these famous siblings? No, scratch that. It's figuring out who these famous relatives are related to and who's their famous relative. There we go. So I dig that. And they're all in a house together. Look, they got some good reality TV out right now. Iron Chef.
If you say so.
And look, I got one for you for your sex life. If you live by yourself, you might need to invest in a sex room. There's this new documentary on Netflix called Building a Sex Room. And I watched the whole fucking thing, and it's great. Some of these people got some wild shit. Dude had dicks hanging all over his wall. I was like, whoa. I don't know.
I
can't have a dog and a
not
sex
to mention
room.
that F-Boy Island's back.
Oh, yeah, it is. So much good TV out right now in the reality form. So you need to watch Bros Who Binge to check out all that. But all right, yeah, y'all go follow my guys. Follow me at LimbyWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. A lot of content coming. We will be at DreamCon this weekend. So if you're in Arlington, Texas, hit us up. We'll have some footage from that from Monday. Bros Who Think podcast will be out this week. There should be an anime talk out before we go. If not, definitely when we get back. There's a One Piece discussion that'll be out Friday. So yeah, y'all check out all of that. But until next time, Imitation Game. Make sure you watch it. Not next week, but week after that. Until then, have a good one. Peace.